Ever pressed a big rubber pad and made a beat just like hitting a drum? This is the machine that became the heartbeat of sampling culture, the Akai MPC60. Roger Linn was already a pioneer. His Linn LM1 drum computer from 1979 was the world's first programmable sample sound drum machine. Then came the Linn drum, the Linn 9000, and in 1988 the MPC60, a collaboration between Akai and Linn to build a music production center, sampling, sequencing, pads, all in one. Linn later said, "At the time I intended it for any type of rhythmic music, but I had no idea it would resonate so strongly with the emerging hip-hop community." He described his design process. "I always design a product from the outside in, what every button needs to be, what's the size, and what the screen should set." So the MPC60's intuitive interface, 16 pressure-sensitive pads in a 4x4 grid, real-time sequencing, sampling, and MIDI connectivity was meant to make beat creation feel like playing an instrument. Now, the machine wasn't perfect. Linn's original vision included around 13 seconds of sampling time. Memory was expensive, he later admitted. The sample time restriction forced producers to trim and create more focused beats. That limitation became part of the sound and creative process. Also, the partnership with Akai hit turbulence. Linn explains, "Akai went out of business and the assets were purchased by Newmark. The owner immediately stopped my royalty payments, refused to take my calls, so given that would have been long and expensive, I let it go." So while the device became iconic, the behind-the-scenes business was messy. Technically, 12-bit sampling at 40 kHz, 16 voice polyphony, full MIDI, and a floppy drive. In the broader view, the MPC60 arrived just as hip-hop sampling and beat-making were surging. It offered a playable pad-based interface, something step sequencers like the TR-808 lacked. So, why it is a classic? Because a generation of producers made it the foundation of their workflow. For example, DJ Shadow used an MPC60 to create Introducing in 1996. Dilla famously used the MPC series, and his MPC is in the Smithsonian Museum. He helped push the loose groove style by disabling quantize. Kanye West is often shown on stage with an MPC. His breakthrough album, The College Dropout, was built around this workflow. Beyond hip-hop, electronic, trip-hop, sample-based producers embrace it. That embodied Linn's vision of make electronic musical instruments a little better than before. The business drama with Akai adds a human story behind the legend. Today I'm breaking down the basics of sampling and beat making using the Prodigy's track Smack My Beat Shop as an inspiration. This time I'm using the MPC60. This is a machine that I cleaned up and I got in very bad shape. It was very nasty inside. The floppy drive didn't work. I have to replace it actually with the USB drive that I changed recently, so I am now able to use it. I'm not an expert on this machine. It's the first time actually I'm going to use it, and I actually went into some YouTube videos. I'm going to show you how to sample and edit. I'm just going to show you a little bit of this because I think this song by the Prodigy, that is a very different approach from the other videos that I make, that most of the times I'm using synthesizers and drum machines. In the case of this song by the Prodigy, this is different because there's tons of samples. So instead of using my computer just to sample and demonstrate that, because there's videos about that too, I wanted to use the MPC to do a little bit of live performance. Again, don't judge me because I never used this one. So I'm gonna try my best to play it once we get all the samples in. So I'm gonna show you, again, very basic steps on how to sample, how to edit, how to assign the paths into your MPC. This is an amazing machine if you are really patient and you like to spend time digging and cutting like The whole thing about this is the sound, but not how to use it. If you want something more practical, the newer versions of MPC are way better. You can also use Electron, the Digitact, and there's many other alternatives out there. If you are into really warm and amazing sound, this machine, that is, by the way, designed by Roger Linn, is amazing. But there's a lot of limitations. Personally, I find it a little tedious. As I was like learning, I got a little desperate, to be honest. I don't think it's a machine that I will be using all the time, but when I was able to sample the first samples that I did to test it, it sounds amazing. So I hope you like this video, and let's start sampling our parts for this song by the Prodigy. I already edited the parts and put the filters and everything that it needs to go in those parts. That's a process that I actually try to do before, so it is easier to pass it through the MPC60. Once you go to the main screen, you're gonna assign the sequence that you want. In this case, I already have two ones that I was experimenting, so I'm gonna go with sequence number 3. You can rename it here, 3, enter, then you can go to the beats per minute that you want. In this case, we're gonna go with 136. That is the sequence, the beats per minute of that song. Loop to bar, yep. You can go as many as you want, but I'm gonna do 1 only. Track 1, I don't mess with that type of MIDI. This is drum. Yes, channel is off. Then go to our sounds. In sounds, you have two different lists. One is programs, one is sounds. In here, we're gonna sample, so we're gonna go with number 5, that is sample new sounds. Remember, we're in sounds, and then we're gonna click number 5, that is sounds, sample new sound. Okay, so now that we have this, we are gonna choose the length that we want the sample to be recorded. So the first one that I have actually is a little long, so I'm gonna do it 4.1. Pre-record 1 or 0. It can record a little bit, a little tail, so I'm gonna leave 1 just in case. Monitor is on. Threshold, I'm gonna leave it in 1. And the record level, I'm gonna go all the way on 100. Actually, you have a meter here and you can hear it. There's like an exclamation. That means that it's too high, so you don't want that. So we are ready to record. So to record, you have all the commands here, soft key 1 through 4, that are these ones. So these are your controls when something appears at the bottom of the screen. So it says rec ready. I'm gonna click yes. Rec light on when sound recording. So when I click play, it's gonna record. Okay, and we can hear it. You have play, stop, keep, and name, and discard. So I'm gonna keep the name. This is actually a sample by Randy Weston and the song called In Memory Of. So I might just call it like that. To name the sound, you can just move this a little bit. And you have the keys here. You have from A to Z. So you can go and put, I'm gonna put Randy. Wish you have to get used to this. Randy. You can go space if you want. Randy 01. I'm gonna put it like that. And then to save it, you just click enter. So then you have your sound here. And click done. That way you have your sample. To edit, you go to number 6, edit sound. And you're gonna have your sound here, edit sound number 1. And you can program and cut the sound parameters here. So I have it until 4.1. So let's see. Okay, I think we have our sound here. You can mess with the tune if you want, and the volume as well. Or I'm gonna go full volume. Or you can do even more. And again, you can tune it. And then how do you assign here? You're gonna go to select program, assign sounds, number 1. Then you're gonna choose your sound. And we have Randy here. Okay, that is good. We can go to sounds. And number 2, envelope velocity tune. You have it in poly and sounds messy. But if you go to mono, okay, we have our first sample here. And we're gonna repeat and we're gonna do our second sample, that is the song by Kool and the Gang, Sexy Man. Because if we do this, okay, so now we're gonna record our next part. This is by UMCs, so let's record.
Smack my bitch up, change my pitch up. Smack my bitch up, change my pitch up.
So let's rename it, and I'm gonna go with the next sound. Okay, that sounds good, and this is a sample from Cold Cut Beats. So we're gonna rename it and assign it to the pad. Okay, now we're gonna record our kick. The length I did is 1.5 seconds. Let's see if that's good. Let's also check our volume. Okay, I think that's good. Let's click record. That should be good. And let's just rename it. Remember, just so you, repetition is always the key to learn stuff. That's what I think, but let me know in the comments. Now that we have assigned some of our sounds, we can play it here, which is so much fun. The pads for this are amazing actually. And let me show you.
Smack my bitch up, change my pitch up.
And if you want me to do the entire track recreating this song, adding all the elements, I can use actually the Prophecy to add some of the elements here. Let me know in the comments, but I'm gonna show you just the samples that I did here, and let's hear it.
Change my pitch up.
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. And also let me know if you want me to do the whole recreation of this track using my synths. I can take out my Prophecy and build the whole track and do it in the proper way, because as you can see, sometimes I was going out of time. I respect people that use this live with samples. Is actually you really have to get into this machine to really learn and assign and play all the sounds live. But it was an amazing experience. I think it sounds amazing, and I mean, I like it. Thank you so much again for watching, and see you in another nostalgic exploration.